The retired Westfield police detective stands accused of killing his wife 17 months ago in what was originally reported as a suicide.
In Hampden Superior Court, Brian Fannion pleaded not guilty to murder charges. Prosecutors explained in great detail the evidence they've gathered against Fannion. Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo joins us live from our downtown MGM Springfield studio to break down the case. Audrey.
A prosecutor with the DA says that Brian Fannion staged the suicide of his wife, Amy Fannion. The DA saying that law enforcement had concerns about the reported self-inflicted gunshot wound. Prosecutors saying that through their investigation, they only solidified their suspicion that Brian pulled the trigger.
She had no singeing of the hair to suggest it's even brought in close range to her head.
A prosecutor for the Hampden County DA listed off what she calls telltale signs of a self-inflicted gunshot wound, including burned hair, soot residue, and a straight bullet trajectory, none of which she says were found on 51-year-old Amy Fannion.
At the very least, this gun was fired at least 18 inches away from her head.
ADA Mary Sandstrom also says the testimony from Brian Fannion, Amy's husband and retired Westfield detective, was inconsistent with the suicide he claimed to have witnessed.
He's bringing the gun up to his temple, he's firing that gun in a straightforward motion across the head. Amy Fannion's wound is instead above and behind almost her ear, and then traveling at a downward angle.
The prosecution says Brian was planning to retire from the Westfield police force around the time Amy died in their home in May of 2018. Sandstrom claimed their team found evidence of another woman with whom Brian was communicating.
The affair began it seems early in March. He didn't want to get divorced because that could have meant the ruin of his pension.
On Fannion's devices, Sandstrom says there were searches, doubling as warning signs, uncovered too late.
He was looking up the medical examiner's office, the forensic biology section of the medical examiner's office, days and hours before Amy Fannion's murder. He was looking up things that people could easily overdose on around the household.
She says all those factors point to one motive.
There was only one way to enjoy his retirement, to go on with his life with his new love affair, and that was through murdering Amy Fannion.
But the defense claims the science is on Brian's side.
Amy Fannion's death was determined to be undetermined by the state's medical examiner's office.
Attorney Jeff Brown arguing Brian is not a flight risk and has stayed in the Westfield area since Amy's death. He says Brian is unafraid for his day in court.
He looks forward to it because he didn't do it.
And when Brian does have his day in court, he'll also have the support of his late wife's family. They maintain that Amy died by suicide. Now, coming up on Western Mass News at 6, we'll hear from a letter that they wrote to the DA that was read aloud in court this morning. Brian, in the meantime, is held without bail. Reporting live in Springfield, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.